ladies and gentlemen, Solid RTD coming at you. And I hate seeing it when I watch videos, but here's a warning for you. The following video you are about to witness may contain some foul language. Viewer aggression is advised.
Hello, Solid fam! This is your boy, Solid RTD, coming at you. I tried uploading Slamboree 94 earlier, and it was flagged for copyright. So I deleted it, and now I'm re-uploading it. I just had it facing on the camera, facing it like this, and the WWE flagged it, even though it was upside down, but they still flagged it. So I'm going to have it behind me. As you can tell by this, it's a little blurry. So hopefully that will save me from being copyrighted. So the audio might get tagged, hopefully not, but I'm going to try to be talking over the audio. But here we go with WCW Relive Slamboree 1994. I will be skipping interviews to try to knock down the time, and also so this way I could get it out there in time. A Legends reunion. I'm hoping with my big, huge, ugly mug in the middle of the screen that they can't tag it for copyright. Hopefully not. So this is my third time watching this pay-per-view. First time I watched it, the audio quit while I was recording it, so I had to redo the whole video. Then I got that video, I uploaded it, got tagged for copyright, and now it's the third time watching it. And Mean Gene Okerlund's calling out the Legends for the Legends reunion. As you've seen, the first one was Ole Anderson, now the Assassin. Penny Banner. I actually had to look her up, but she is actually married to Weaver. Well, at this time, she was married to Weaver. Tully Blanchard, met him in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Awesome guy. The Crusher. Don Curtis. Reuion kind of looks like, what the hell? Yeah, it's supposed to be Terry Funk, but guess he didn't feel like coming out. Hard-boiled Aggerty. His head did look like an egg. Oh, Larry the Axe Henning. Kurt Henning's daddy. Killer Kowalski. Wahoo McDonald was one of my dad's favorite. Dad told a whole bunch of stories about watching him when he was a kid. Harley Race. Ray Stevens. Luthez, who invented the Luthez press. Johnny Weaver, who was actually married to Penny Banner. I love how Mean Gene Okerlund introduced Mr. Wrestling 2, who actually passed away. Let's take a look at there. About a year and 4 days ago. That Mr. Wrestling 2 passed away. I bet you most of those legends have already gone. Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, where's Jesse the Body? Mean Gene screwed up. He said Tony Schiavone and Jesse the Body. That's Bobby Brain, who also met in Winnipeg at the same wrestling convention as I met Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Great guy. Sad he passed. But yeah, if I think about it, I'll put the picture of me and Bobby Heenan up in the intro video. See, now I'm not totally surprised for this video because I watched it. This is the third time I watched it, so. And with this ECW crowd, you could tell which ones were the loyal ones. I'll try pointing them out as we go. But you could tell which one is actually fully ECW, fully carpentered. Like, Hey, it's that guy from ECW. Hey, that guy with the glasses right there with the muscle shirt is an ECW original fan. So here I thought, um, I was actually looking, yeah, and stuff. I thought in the late 1994 is when Hulk Hogan joined WCW. But I was wrong. It's next month he has his first match at Bash at the Beach. So, 15 minutes passed, and we got to go to 2 hours and 46 minutes and 41 seconds. But I think the credits roll when there's like 7 or 8 minutes left. Bill Opner is at ringside taking pictures. Sherry Martel. I'm going to actually, I know it's really rude to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. Eat breakfast of champions, ice cream. For the first match, it's very boring. It doesn't amuse me. I hope the WWE tags it for copyright again. because I'll dispute it and ask them how me eating ice cream while a blurry wrestling match is in the background condones as your product. Hey WWE, copyright me. I wonder what Pepsi would say. Because I don't think Pepsi would be like, hey, WWE don't own us. So yes, Fluffy made this shirt. Gabriel Iglesias. So WWE, copyright it. I think he would have a problem with that. Here's my problem with copyright material. I pay for the WWE network. Ooh, my phone almost dropped. I pay for the WWE network. So, does that not mean I own the rights to that? And I could use it in any way I want? Because let's just put it in this way for all of you saying, oh, you don't own the copyrights, WWE. Let's put it this way. You buy a car. Could be a Ford, could be a Dodge, could be a GM. You buy that said car or truck or whatever you want. You buy that vehicle, said vehicle. Then that company saying, well, you can't be driving around with our logo on that car because we own the rights to that. Say what? That's what I think, is the problem with this copyright bullshit. WWE's tagging everything saying copyrighted, we own the rights. But when you make us pay for that product, that means you give up the copyright privileges because we're paying for that. So we should be able to use with it whatever we see damn fit. So if I'm paying $15, or I think it's supposed to be going up to $16 soon, for the WWE Network here in Canada, so that means I should be able to distribute it, use it in any way I see ship, shop, ship, whip, fit. Sorry, I just lost my mind for a sec. So yeah, I should be able to use it in any way I see fit. No, really, I'm not fit, but still. If I want to use it in a video where it's upside down, but, you could watch it, I should be able to. Because I paid my $15 to do that. Now, what the WWE should do is like, wow, they're showing our product. How did they get it? The name, we should contact that person. So, we should reach out to Solid and ask them, show us proof that you are, give us the account. Give us the email that's assigned to that account. And we'll see if you're, and give us the address of said account. And if that address, if everything I give you is 100% there, then leave it alone. Just be like, well, he paid for that content. We are a content provider. He pays for that content. So he should be able to use the content in any way he wants. And not where we take our fingers and shove it up our asses and be like, and pull it out and be like, here, smell my WWE finger because we are them. What I mean by they are them is they think they could make up the rules. See, the copyright law is bullshit to begin with. It is there to protect the people that own the rights to it, but when you sell said products, you are giving up the right. Say, let's go back to the vehicle situation. Ford. They sell you Ford Ranger. But then Ford says, oh, you can't be driving that vehicle around with our logo on it. Or our Ford Ranger name on it. Because we own the rights. Sorry, Mean Gene, but gotta skip you. Wahoo McDonald, and Ari, Lad, whatever your fucking names are. But yeah, this whole copyright thing pissed me off. It's the American dream, baby! But yeah, it's bullshit. You know, it's kind of like, let's just put it in other terms that some people would understand. You go to a grocery store. You buy a Pepsi. So that product is now your product. So when you're finished with it, you throw it out. So once I'm done with my stuff, I throw it out. So what, or I could hang it on a tree or make curtains with it. I own that much of it. So when you, of a product content distributor, sell your stuff for a price. See, that's another thing. WWE Network is $9.99 only in the States. It's like $15-16 here in Canada. We're being fucking screwed. But hey, we're lucky we still have the old WWE Network. And none of this Peacock bullshit. A friend of mine sent me a video of it, and I'm like, wow, that's horrible. But you know. So, with what you guys saw behind me, the whole first match between Stunning Steve Austin and Johnny B. Bad. What did you think of the match? Well, besides looking at my ugly mug and portion of the screen and barely able to hear it. What did you think? I thought I'll be nice and give it 2 stars out of 5. So it's a Saturday night match. I'm sorry to do that to Steve Austin and Mark Merrow, which are those two are phenomenal athletes. But I'm sorry. Your guys' match was 2 stars out of 5. And, you know, I already watched a few of these matches. This match between Terry Funk and Tully Blanchard, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 5. Only reason why I'm doing that is because how it ends, how the finishes. They finish it like a frickin' Vince Russo match. But I like how Terry Funk uses, like, so a pair of crutches, picks them up, throws them in the ring. But yeah, this match is pretty good, actually. It's too bad that I'm half in the screen, because it would be an awesome match for you guys to watch. to kick out. I just don't like how the fans are pretty much dead. Maybe that's why my rating was slow for the small for the first match. It's because I think it's the fans that cheering, booing, all excited makes you feel the same, but we are getting really hardcore in this one, folks. Oh, what a DDT. I don't know why him and Flair go up to the top. Out of a percentage, it never works. Terry Funk reversed an Irish whip with Tully Blanchard. Blanchard knocked down the ref. And now Funk's setting up the chair. Looks like he's gonna pile drive him, but Blanchard looked like he didn't want to take the spot. Refs disqualifying or throwing out the match. Funk looks lost. Oh, there's Hat Guy from ECW. Funk just stole his hat. And elbow drops the hat. Headbutts it. Picks it up with his mouth like a dog. Bobby Heenan always weaseling out of stuff. Give me a sec. So yeah, I just had to rewind it for a sec. Our internet has been acting up like it's dial up lately. I like how the Brain was always the heel, and he would always say something to where when the wrestlers would hear him, they would turn and look at him. He would be like, "No, it was him. It was him." I think that's what ring announcers are missing today. Is something like that. How Bobby Heenan would be like, be one of those gutless heels commentators where they would say something, and when the wrestler would confront him, it wasn't me, it was him. And in this backstage interview is when Jesse the Body would be interviewing Flair, and this big, huge mask guy would come in and beat up Flair on Saturday night. Colonel Parker's new guy. And here's a match. Non-title. Larry Dabisco, the living legend, will go up against Lord Steven Regal. The fans were really behind Dabisco in this one. And Lord, it just was a real big heat with the fans. Apparently he made comments earlier that how he does it. He despises Philadelphia, and it was like, I guess WCW kind of gave those words away or something. They were something because the fans really didn't like Regal. It's like back in the early 80s and 70s when a heel got major heat and fans almost tried stabbing or killing the heel. Like, that's how much heat Regal had in Philly for this one. But besides the finish on this one, I want to give this match 4 stars out of 5. Like, this, it's kind of slow in some parts, but wow, how they, how this match was, I give it 4 stars out of 5. Like, that's how good this match was. This match is a pay-per-view quality mid-carder match. Just advertising this match would have put butts in seats in my eyes. It was just great. It was a master clinic. I figured this is what type of match I'm assuming that both WWE and AEW are missing. Of course, like I said, it has its slow points. Of course, you have Regal walking around doing his thing, and Larry Nabisco just walking around pissed off at Regal. But when it starts going, it's like time to go kind of thing. They're jockeying for position. They're about to lock up. Ooh, duck under. Another duck under. Leg grab. Leg. He tossed him by holding on the leg. Knocking Regal down. And Regal's back up, of course, but I know why they made this a non-title. But look at that. Just Larry Nabisco grabbing him and throwing him and now taunting him. Dropping down to one knee. Like, this is like old school wrestling right here, folks. You got the heel taunting the crowd as always, and then you have the good guy, throwing the bad guy around a bit. And now you have Bisco getting the crowd behind him more. We got a collar and bow tie up into a side headlock, into the ropes, and a spinning kick by Larry Nabisco. And Larry goes into the corner with nonchalant. And Regal's on the outside, of course. Like, this is a classic type of style, how they brought it back to the Legends era. Like, look at that. Just like instant classic moves there. And of course, heel Dabisco right there. Abdominal stretch, grabbing onto the ropes, letting go of the ropes. And the fans are even saying no. This is where the fans actually got behind him before the whole Scott Hall Dabisco thing. The fans really got behind him, and like, wow, like, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a sec. With with my internet being crappy and going down once in a while, I just went to bed. I woke up like right when I started recording this. So like like take a look at that. They're pulling out moves that we never see anymore. You know, like back in these days, back in the 80s, 90s, a DDT was a finisher. Now a DDT is, just a move. Um, like, I would like to see all those people like that do respond to like. Well, I guess you could kind of say Regal was tapping there, if you guys could see. But or I mean, the Bisco was tapping. What was I gonna say now? Oh yeah, like if people nowadays would see this type of wrestling, they would say it's boring. But you know, But at least, unlike the first match, they are doing chain wrestling. But at least they're making it exciting. There's like burst of moves and reversals and stuff like that. Austin and Bad was just, just stale. It just didn't do anything. Maybe because I like how bad of a heel Regal is in this one. So just to let you guys know, it is 3 p.m. Monday. I missed my time slot to have this up on Monday at noon. Due to my internet being crappy and me falling asleep. So I'll try to have this up by noon on Tuesday. As long as WWE doesn't flag it for copyright issue. But if they do, I will dispute it. I will make sure a real person actually looks at this and ask them how me eating ice cream, drinking a Pepsi, and where you could kind of see blurry wrestling in the background as their copyright product. You can't even tell who's wrestling, what it is about. Occasionally you can, but that's slim to none. And, like, if you just joined us, do you know who's in the ring right now? Do you know who the ref is? Exactly. See, this is the part where, the match ended, in my eyes, way too quick, for one. And two, it ended uh, in that kind of pin. Like, they didn't even do the bridge pin, like how they were pinning, and then, like, let's see if you guys can see, like, watch. He pins them like that. They don't even bridge it. And it's just like, why wouldn't you guys attempt the bridge? If you guys would attempt the bridge and made it probably go for another 5 minutes, it would have been better. Terry Funk talks how he's not done tonight. Tonight somebody will bleed. And he talks about the American dream, baby. And here's the Hall of Fame ceremony where Gordon Sully and Lou Thesz is going to be handing out the plaques. Harley Race. Harley Race looks done already. It just... And the Crusher Ernie the Cat Lad. And they go with they say all this. The guys, what he did before they did, like in their coming years of professional wrestling and shit like that, which is awesome. Giving out what they've done, and then the assassin. And then Ole Anderson. They talk about Ole's brother, Gene Anderson. And Dick the Bruiser's daughter. And I'm assuming that's his son, because if you take a look at Dick the Bruiser, he looks a lot like that big guy right there. Like, he looks like him. So, it just that has to be his son. And then Gordon Sully goes into a statement that the kids made about their father when they were all sitting at the kitchen table the day of his funeral or something like that. And no offense to those legends, it was fine and all, but like I said, I'm skipping all the interviews and stuff like that. I'm just going to the matches. Because for time wise, it's saying the pay per view is 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 41 seconds. A person actually messaged me and said, when you do the interviews and talk about most of this stuff, it's boring. Especially when we can't see it. So that's why I'm trying to get you guys to see it if WWE doesn't copyright me. But here comes Dustin in a bull rope match against Buckhouse Buck, I believe his name was. Excuse me. But I'll just skip it a bit. There we go. Now we're in the fight. And this match, I'm going to give this match actually 4 stars too. Like, a lot of people might hate the ratings I'm giving it, but wow, like, there is some down and dragger parts, but they go to town. It's just like, as soon as they hook up the bull rope to each other, I liked it. I like this match. Just a good old-fashioned, heel and face battling while hooked up together. Growing up, I did not like Buckhouse Buck one bit. I remember him watching on Saturday night, and occasional when a buddy of mine recorded Nitro and bringing Nitro on a videotape VHS to the house, and I would watch it. And And it's just like, wow, I despise this guy. But now, since I'm older, seeing how Buckhouse Buck would wrestle, it's just like, wow, he's actually, you know, a good heel. He gets great heat. It's like, I hated him. Wonder why? Soon as, uh, talking to wrestlers and learning the business a bit, I understand how heels do that and stuff like that. It's just like, wow. Um, I kind of want to become with wrestling's with regret, uh, paying and the classic rope to the groin area, um, paying backers so this way I could request them to watch some of these ones that I've already watched, like Clash Champions, uh, Super Brawl, which ones? um, Spring Stampede, and this one. It's just like Slamboree. It's like get him to look at them and watch them too. I bet you his ratings would be totally different than mine. So yeah, like Saturday night would be 1 star. Um, Clash Champions would be 2 to 3 stars. Pay per view would be 4 to 5 stars. That like that should be a pay per view match. 4 to 5 stars. Um, Clash of Champions would be like 3 star. And Saturday night 2 star to 1. That'll be nice. And of course, we all know later on down the road in '98, Clash of Champions, like in '97, they would end Clash of Champions, and in '98 came Thunder. So they were saying, we were giving away, paying pay per view quality show for free. And not only that, but pay per view quality matches for free. Some Clash of Champions matches were, some matches that we've seen were pay per view quality. Some would not be. And so uh, they choose to get rid of it, and then all of a sudden Ted Turner was saying, well, we need more programming of wrestling. Uh, you guys got like Thursdays and Wednesdays. It like bounced back from those 2 dates that I noticed when I was going through the list. That it would bounce from Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Wednesday, and then it would skip a week. It'd be 1 week there would be wrestling, next week there wouldn't be, next week there would be wrestling. It's just like, wow, no wonder why Thunder did not so well, because the fans were there, but you wouldn't have it there. Right now they're just on the mat. And just a heads up to the fans that are watching. There are, you know how I said season 1, episode 4 is Slamboree. I've did it of the year. So 1 year would be season. So this 1994 is 11 episode season. So next season 2 will be the beginning of 1995. If we get there, if I don't get hit with a copyright strike. So yeah. Oh yeah, how he ties him up to the post. That was actually pretty smart. Tying him up. I like how Bobby the Brain Heenan was just like, hey, if your daddy calls Dustin, we'll just tell him you're a little tied up. See, stuff like that, like just his little quips here and there, just was awesome. See, I have to say, there's been some debate on who's the best manager out there is, and there's some debate on who's the best commentating duel is. If Bobby the Brain Heenan is not, I repeat, not in your top 5, or even in your top 2, then you don't know who the best managers in the world are. Because Bobby the Brain Heenan is number 1 for me. He had the mic skills, and he knew how to get heel heat for his guys. Like Colonel Parker, top 10. Paul Bearer in the top 10. Jimmy Hart would be either in the 6th position or in the 5th position. Slick? Yeah, I'd put him in the top 10. Sensational Sherry. Now, she would be in the top 5. I would give her like the 4th or 3rd spot. The fans chanting for "We Want Blood." What's with bad guys going up to the top rope? But yeah. See, Bobby the Brain Heenan, one of the best managers, if not the best manager out there. Paul Heyman cannot compare. If you all say, oh, well, Paul Heyman he's best on the mic. That's all Paul Heyman can do as a manager. Other than that, he just holds up the title. But Paul Heyman could talk but he couldn't get heel heat on his guys like Bobby the Brain Heenan can. A lot of ref bumps. Um, got a 3 there. Here comes Terry Funk with his branding iron attacking Terry Funk. Just and busted Rhodes open with the. And here they look like they try to pile drive him, but Buckhouse Buck cannot hold him up. So they just improvised by just beating him. Here, you'd figure, two heels attacking a face, and you'd figure that some face wrestler would come out and help, but no, you just have officials there. And the fans were mad that they did that. Let's get this up a bit. Carrying out Dustin Rhodes' next match now. Oh no. Talking about if Cactus Jack should be banned from WCW. Talking to the great legends. Well, Flair match. With the WCW Championship, brother. So, we have on commentating Jesse the Body and Tony Schiavone. So the champion normally comes out second, But Colonel Parker didn't want to come out there until Flair got into the ring. So here comes Colonel Parker. So Colonel Parker's going to introduce his guy. Barry Windham. A former member of the Horsemen. And there's some signs of Flair versus Hogan. Oh, hell yeah. So, wonder if that's where Steve Austin got the oh, hell yeah from. So, this is for the WCW Championship I'm taking. He was the 11th time World Heavyweight Champion in WCW in 94. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And a fan wearing a Nature Boy style robe. In my eyes, they revealed who it was way too fast. He attacked him on Saturday night. I'm assuming it was Saturday night. And then we're at the pay-per-view now. And if they would have left the mask on him and had him wrestle in the mask and have Flair remove the mask during the match, and it reveals it would be Barry Windham. The look on Flair's face could have been like, what? But they didn't do it that way. So yeah, Wednesday, they're saying Hogan will be in Orlando with Mean Gene Okerlund to do an interview, and we will bring it to you Saturday. So that's when I watched that interview, was that Saturday. Like, I admit, I was a freaking Hulkamania fan. I was. Then that went back in the World Wrestling Federation. Like, big Hulkamania fan. He left. I stopped liking him. Like, and then he came back to the World Wrestling Federation to do the WrestleMania thing. Or no, sorry, to do the King of the Ring thing. Yeah, back at WrestleMania and win the belt and then drop it to Yokozuna at King of the Ring. But I didn't really, like, yes, he was there and not, but I wasn't a real big fan of him later on. I started coming back into being a Hulkamania fan when he turned a heel in the NWO. Which, come time for that in season 3, I believe it is, season 4. One of those seasons, I will be doing the Bash at the Beach when Hogan turns. And I will be pointing out a few things that I've overheard during the first time I have heard it. I don't know if the network cut it or not, but if you have the network, if you want to actually understand what I mean, go watch the Bash at the Beach when Hulk Hogan turns heel. When Hulk Hogan's the third man. Bobby the Brain Heenan, what he says just ruins the heel turn, to be honest. Because, okay, I'm just going to say it now, because I'm talking about it too much and it's going to be bugging the fuck out of me, that when Hogan's coming down and Tony Schiavone's like, yeah, and Dusty Rhodes were talking, and Dusty's like, "Who's bad now, boys?" And Bobby the Brain Heenan says, "But whose side is he on?" Which the WWE Network edited on their end, which, like, I don't know if it's on there, but or the WWE in general edited that part out when they would do, stuff about the NWO. They cut that out, like, they must have killed the audio on that and had the fans cheering, and like when I first heard that, because a buddy of mine who would bring me Nitro tapes to watch actually recorded that pay-per-view and brought me the tape. And I watched it. And hearing Bobby the Brain Heenan says, "Yeah, but whose side is he on?" And then Dusty tries to save it and, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And then Tony kicks in just so it cuts Brain off. It's just like, it's like, oh my God, whoever told Bobby Heenan to say that should have got a smack. Like, if you don't have anybody in your ear talking on what you should say, there's written out paperwork on the desk on what you should say, what the moves, move for move is of the match. So if you get sidetracked of talking to what you're talking about, then you could, look at your notes and, oh, that's, we're at this part of the thing, at the fight. So yeah, like, um, they would have like, okay, I've seen it. It would say, let's just use these two as this example since they're wrestling. Um, Flair on his knees, Wyndham grabs him by the head. You would say at this time how dirty the player of the game is getting beaten, or something like that. You would say something along the lines of, like talk about something else. So, let's just say Flair just knocked down Wyndham. Wyndham's on his stomach. Flair will be going to Bash at the Beach next pay-per-view to defend his title if he regains it here tonight. And, oh, what a suplex that was. And then, you would go on and it's like that. I seen a thing like that I believe it was, of course, ECW. Well, I think it was that because, yeah, it was ECW. I seen a picture of the call sheet from the announcers because their announcers were not at ringside. They were not in the arena. They would record the broadcast thing uh, after they recorded the wrestling. They would record the wrestling and then they would do the voice overlay and then bring the tapes to the network. But I think that's how, like they had that. I think that was the picture of the one I've seen. But I don't think it was ECW, but I'm thinking it was ECW. But I could be wrong. So if there's an ECW fan that has connections that can reach out to Paul Heyman or anybody of ECW and ask if that was true, that did announcing like Joey Styles, that'd be awesome. I still want to know if WWE is going to tag me for copyright. In this video, it shows Argots wrestling. It'd be like, I just see a blurry picture behind a fat guy eating ice cream, drinking a Pepsi, and talking shit. And with some blurry wrestling behind him. Actually, if you look, to me, the around my fingers here are all glowing blue. So yeah. Flair with his rights and lefts. I thought something was going to happen with Sensational Sherry there. Like, yes, this is my third time watching it, but I don't remember everything. Like, this match, 4 to 4.5 stars. I'm still debating if I should give it a 5-star rating. Great action. It's just... Like I said, there's a percentage of Ric Flair. I don't remember it ending like that, but okay. There's a percentage of Flair going to the top rope and working out, just like Terry Funk. And a high karate boss to win. How they screwed Barry Windham on that one is just like... skip. Talking about the next pay-per-view, Bash at the Beach. That will be my next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 5. WCW Bash at the Beach 1994. So this is the tag team match. Philadelphia Flyers. Dave Schultz. Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. I must have missed a lot because where's Max Payne? I liked Max Payne. There's the Nasty Boys. As you can see, my screen changed. I better lock that up. There. I have to say, I don't know why, but the Nasty Boys, like fighting Cactus Jack, was, like awesome. Like I have to admit, these matches were awesome. All their previous matches that I've watched, the Clash of Champions, the Super Bowls, the Spring Stampede, like these matches were like wow. But with Max Payne being out of it, and and they put Kevin Sullivan in there. Throws the garbage can at his foot. Uh, they switch guys now. That little stomp, though. Like, I have to admit, this match, probably because I love the hardcore style of it, I gotta give this match like fucking 5 stars. For all these Nasty Boys Cactus Jack matches, I've been giving them pay-per-view quality stars. I would say this match belonged on a pay-per-view. This match belonged on Clash of Champions. I never gave it like a Saturday night star where it was just a filler. Kind of like most of the matches tonight. Like a filler. Like the opening match. It seemed like a filler. It's like, well, we gotta continue with this storyline. We got the Legends Wrestling. Like, we need a filler. Oh, why don't we just put Johnny B. Bad versus Stunning Steve Austin for the United States title? Or non-title, was it? I'm not sure. It was the TV title that was non-title. The U.S. title was on the line. And there's that famous Foley clothesline over the rope, but going into the ring. Now it's a double team on Brian Knobbs. And, oh, here comes Sags. He was grabbing a table. He kind of seems tuckered out. Foley, Cactus Jack going out to him. Sags hip tossed him through a table. Sags just got taken out by a chair. And now he calls it a light stand, but I think it's a speaker stand. Well, nowadays speaker stand, but it could be a light stand. Fully using the table he went through as a weapon. Sags ripping that table. Using it as a weapon. Oh, breaking a piece of that table over Cactus's head. And Brian Knobbs now going up going to the entrance, on the entrance ramp there. As Jerry Sags just pummels Cactus with a garbage can lid. Jerry Sags just throws a freaking lid. And now Sags is getting beaten up with the said lid by Kevin Sullivan. Oh, we got a whole bunch of powder, maybe from the... Oh, it was the fire extinguisher. It got sprayed. As they're fighting, you could see how tired they already are. As Cactus falls and Sags is like, wait, he's not behind me anymore. Sags throwing Cactus in. Brian Knobbs hitting Kevin Sullivan with the trash can lid a couple of times. Now grabbing the tape off his hand and now choking him. Sags climbing to the top. Cactus in the middle of the ring. Sags off. Elbow drop. Connects. Oh. Sags just kind of pie-faced without doing it to the face too. Now he grabs a hockey stick and it's pissing off Soltz. Soltz grabs the hockey stick, throws it on the ground. Oh, Soltz getting on with the nasty boy and just beating him. Oh, the hockey stick brought into play from Cactus. Cactus into the pin. 1, 2, 3. That was a fast count. by Souls. I guess he doesn't get paid by the hour. Zags his back up, gives a right hand to Cactus, now an elbow. Oh! Hey, there's Max Payne with a guitar. Oh! Loaded with the tons of powder. Hey, it's Dave Sullivan. Oh! So we got new tag team champions. So they finally did the Dave Sullivan thing. We seen at the previous pay-per-view, Spring Stampede, that he was somebody else. And here he's Dave Sullivan. Probably because he looks like Dave Sullivan, so they're like, we'll just change you to Dave Sullivan. He shirt him like it was a hockey game, and he's just giving him so many rights in the hockey stick. That slow motion made it reveal that he didn't get hit in the head, he got hit on the shoulder. But still, frickin' hurts. So we're getting ready for Vader vs. Sting main event. Like, seriously, they could have cut out a lot of this interviews. Here we go. We're at 2 hours, 24 minutes, and let's just say 20 seconds. And the pay-per-view will is 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 41 seconds. So 22 minutes remain of Slamboree. Slamboree. Because besides the tag team title match, besides Larry Nabisco, besides the bull rope match with the Natural, and let's throw Tully and Terry in there as well. Of course, Flair and Wyndham was a great match, but they could have done it so. It being hindsight, like they could have done it so much better. The reveal and stuff. Flu, I do not have. COVID, I do not have. It's allergies, people. Maybe I should do a live show. If you guys want to see a live, if you made it this far, if you guys want to see me do a WCW Relive live episode, where you guys could chime off in the comments, I'll see it, or in the live chat, and I'll see it. I'll do that for Bash at the Beach. If we get 5 likes and 5 comments down below, I will do a Bash at the Beach next Monday live at 12 Central Standard Time. So, smash that like button, comment down below, and if I get, like I said, 5 likes, 5 comments down below underneath this video, I'll do WCW Relive Bash at the Beach 1994 Hulk Hogan's debut, pay-per-view debut, live. So, like this, if I don't get hit with copyright. Maybe they won't hit me with copyright if I do it live like this. Of course, there'll be no intro on there. I won't do it on the projector because I need a room darkness for that. And with a lot of your guys' messages I get and stuff like that, you don't like it completely dark. So, hence why I got a light on and I got my TV behind me. Because the light on next and with the projector screen didn't look good. You can barely see it. I think Vader in WCW was awesome. I have to say it. I think WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, misused Vader. I really, really do. I think they really misused him. People say that Bret Hart was misused in WCW. Well, Vader was misused in the World Wrestling Federation. Thanks to guys like Shawn Michaels. Your favorite. Yes, Leon was stiff. But that added to the character. With hindsight, as Eric Bischoff would always say, I think with Hogan coming in, Hogan and sorry, getting tired again. With Hogan coming in, they needed more bad guys. Vader was a good bad guy for Hogan. Yes, he did a stint with him, but it wasn't for long. What, didn't Vader leave WCW soon, like in 95? Maybe late 95? Because wasn't he in WWF in 96, 97? Look at the power of Sting. See, Leon for a big guy, Yoko, Andre the Giant, everyone even said it, like, if they wanted you not to pick them up, you wouldn't have been able to. So, like, one interview I heard from Bam Bam Bigelow, he said that there was a match that Andre called right on the spot with him, that he said it's either was a scoop slam or a suplex or something like that, and Andre called it on the spot, and Bigelow was like, "What, really?" And he's like, "Just do it." Something like those lines. And Bigelow did it, and the crowd exploded. Bam Bam was saying, and it's just like, wow. Like they say, like, if Vader, Yoko, Andre, Earthquake, Tugboat, like, all those big men, if they didn't want to be picked up, you wouldn't have been able to pick them up. There are some legitimate tough guys that would be able to pick them up, but not with ease like you see Miss Sting here. Like, if they didn't want to be picked up, they would have been like, "Nah, screw you." But, when they... That means, like, when they, let you slam them, they're giving you pretty much the nod of approval. They like you, they respect you. Or there would be some cases they just want, they're just doing a job like they got told to do, and they just want to make the fans happy. Another interview I saw was with about Andre was he was supposed to take a slam from somebody. And he said no. He's not going to do it. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. So, because Andre didn't like the guy. And I'm trying to remember what interview it was. And come match, it was an Ultimate Warrior. Come match time, the guy went for the suplex. Yes, it was supposed to be like, oh, my back hurts. So he was supposed to do the suplex. And nope, back is hurt. I'll go for a scoop slam. So he's pounding on Andre to set him up for the scoop slam. Go for the scoop slam. He goes, like, you can see him just, and Andre's just standing there. You can see him just turn his head, shake it, no, and he clubbed him. And you could see like the guy who was explaining it said you could see the guy that Andre denied for the scoop slam on the ground, like, what the hell? If Andre, that's why they called Andre the Boss. If Andre didn't want to do it, it's a no. And just like Vader, if Vader didn't want to do it, he would say no. He would stiff you. I believe it was Sting, or was it Flair? One of them that said in an interview that I think it was like a year after Vader died, so that there would, after Leon died, so there would be no rebuttal to what he said, that Vader stiffed him in a match, and he stiffed him back, and Vader would not sell for the rest of the match. I don't see it happening to Sting, because rumor had it that Leon loved fighting with Sting, having matches with Sting. And so I think it was Flair that he wouldn't sell for. And because Vader kind of got upset because Flair wasn't selling the punches good enough, so he stiffed him, gave him a potato, which is actual bam, and Flair gave it right back to him. And for the rest of the match, I forget what match it was, but it was in WCW. Every time he would hit him, he would just stand there, and he would start fighting back. He didn't do falls. He didn't, kick or anything. He just punched. And the ref, like, I don't know if it was at a pay-per-view or if it was like Nitro or something like that. I'm thinking it wasn't Nitro, because I think Vader was gone by then. So I'm thinking, because I don't remember seeing Vader on much Nitros. Maybe early Nitros, but it was something like that. I don't know which one it was, either Clash of Champions or Nitro or pay-per-view or whatever. I remember seeing the interview of Vader stiffed me hard, I stiffed him back, and then he didn't sell for me for the rest of the match. Every time I would hit him, he would just stand there and hit me back. I dropped down to my knees, I gave him a low blow, and he didn't sell that. So, I don't know if the guy was just mad or bitter at Leon for that, but I don't know if that caused Leon to be released. But there was one interview I actually heard from Sting himself say Leon was a stiffer, and I stiffed him right back. But that was about it. He, like, here's the moonsault. See, Sting moved. If Leon didn't want to do that, he would have never. There we go. Sting has won the title instead of being handed it. Sting has won the International World Heavyweight Championship. See, if Vader didn't want to take that bump, he didn't have to. But he did. And, of course, the fireworks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're at 2 hours 43 minutes and 25 seconds, and it's saying it's over at 2 hours and 2 hours 46 minutes and 41 seconds. But all it is probably just going to be them talking and whatnot. But yes, thank you for joining me for episode 4, Slamboree. And join me next week for WCW Relive of WCW Bash at the Beach, Hulk Hogan's debut. And if I do get 5 likes for this video, 5 comments down below, I will do a live, YouTube live for season 1, episode 5 of WCW Relive at WCW Bash at the Beach. So let's just skip ahead, see if there's anything else. I don't think so. It's just going to roll the credits. After they finish talking, there you go. There's your credits. So let's just stop that. Shrink that. But yes, this has been Bash at the Beach. Oh, no, sorry. I'm ahead of myself. This has been Slamboree. Thank you all for joining me. Join me for episode 5 when I do. Why did Twitch pop up? That's strange. But yes, join us for season 1. Why does it do that? Sorry, folks. Like I said, no editing. I give you the real of the real here. I don't pay no fancy people to edit my shit. I leave it completely for you guys. So thank you for joining me for season 1, episode 4, Slamboree of 1994. Join me next one, season 1, episode 4 of WCW Bash at the Beach. Maybe live if I get 5 comments, 5 likes on this video. Do it up. And for episode 5, I will do a live version. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it real. Keep it solid. Solid 1 out.